Welcome to the Miele Experience Center in Princeton, New Jersey. My name is Vicki, and I'm very excited to share with you one of my favorite breads from our MasterChef Plus program. It's our Italian bread that uses both semolina and bread flour. As with all of our MasterChef Plus programs, we love making our bread recipes in our handy stand mixer. It makes it so easy and not have to do a lot of kneading. So of course we start with our flour. This is our bread flour. It's about 25.5 ounces. And next we're going to add our semolina. This is 6 ounces of semolina. We're gonna add all of our dry ingredients first. So I have some salt, some instant yeast, and sugar. So first I'm going to use my paddle attachment just to mix those ingredients. Once I have those thoroughly combined, I'll add my wet ingredients. I have 2 cups of warm water and a 1/4 cup of nice olive oil. So let me add those in. I'm just gonna drizzle it down the side with the oil. And then I will put the mixer on low. I have it on a 1, and I'm gonna slowly incorporate my water. Now it's time to switch to our dough hook that we have the flour and the yeast and the sugar and the salt. We have everything combined with our olive oil and our water. So the dough hook really is a time saver. I can do other things while it is nicely kneading this dough for us. So I'm lucky my stand mixer has a counter on it. So I'm gonna set it for 10 minutes. And I'm gonna put it on about a low. This has 1 to 9, I think, and I'm going to put it on a 2. And I'm gonna let it do its thing. Our stand mixer did all the hard work, but now it's time to take it out of the bowl. It has a beautiful consistency. I am going to now just shape it into a ball, like we always do at Miele. We're just going to fold it over itself a little bit, 1/4 turn, fold it, 1/4 turn, fold it, and then I'm going to use the palms of my hands, shaping it using the counter, just scraping it down the edge. I actually prefer not to use flour for this stage. I find that that grip on the countertop helps me shape it into a ball. And once we have shaped it, there's more waiting. We're just going to cover it with some plastic wrap, and we'll set a timer for 1.5 hours, and we'll come back and move on to the next step. The next step is the fun part because we get to shape the dough into our 2 loaves. And we're going to be placing it on our perforated pan. So I have that ready. And so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna uncover it and save the plastic again. We're gonna use that to cover it. Just divide it equally in half. I love that our bread recipes make 2 loaves. So if you're, close with your neighbors, you live by your family, everybody's so excited when you bring them bread. So I'm just gonna kind of roll this out a little bit. We want it to be tapered at the end, so you can pinch the ends and just kind of roll it out. Place it on my tray. I love the pans that we are using because they're non-stick. You don't need to spray them. I don't even need to use parchment. So it's gonna be really easy. And just pinch the ends. Now we're going to put that on our tray. I'm going to cover this with my saran. I might need to get another piece. I'll get another piece. And then we are going to let it sit for 20 more minutes before we put it into the oven. Here we are at the final step. So I'm going to uncover my 2 loaves of Italian bread. Just gonna score the top of the bread. And I'm going to give it 3 scores with a really sharp knife or a lame. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, That looks like Italian bread. Okay, now we're gonna brush it with a little bit of water. Just lightly to get the sesame seeds to stick. And I'm gonna be honest, I happen to have black sesame seeds in the kitchen here today. They taste the same as white sesame seeds, so it'll be a little different Italian bread than you're used to, but I think it's gonna look really cool. I like to use what we have in the cabinet here in Princeton. It looks pretty. All right, now we're ready to put it directly into the oven, and again, we're gonna use the MasterChef Plus program. We're going to use the Italian bread, and I always go for the lightest setting because at the end you can always add more time if you want it browner. So let's go ahead and program the oven. Let's program the oven. So once we turn our oven on, we'll go into the Gourmet Center and then select the MasterChef Plus, which means it's using moisture. From there, we're going to go into the bread programs and select Italian bread. As I said earlier, I always like to go on the lighter side. You can always add more time at the end of the program, and we'll select OK. It's telling me to use the rack with the universal tray. I'll say OK. And it will tell me also which shelf level I need to put the tray on. Shelf level 2. Select OK. And we'll be back in 40 minutes. Our oven just finished, so it's time to take our bread out, and it smells so good in here. It browned beautifully. Even with our funny black sesame seeds, it's gonna taste delicious. So I hope you agree this was the easiest recipe, and I hope you'll try it at home.